Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of ECU where police training and emergency alerts are going to be held over spring break. Today through Thursday, the ECU Police Department will be training in the Bait Building with signs nearby to notify the public. From 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. on Wednesday, alerts will be fully tested, including pop-up notifications, emails, and voice messages on phones and speakers. To learn more about the school's alert system training, you can follow a link on our website, WITN.com. Now again, we want to turn our attention to the war in the Middle East, specifically surrounding the politics around the war. NBC's Garrett Haake has more.
This morning, the toll of the Iran war growing. Yesterday, U.S. Central Command announced the death of a 7th service member. Over the weekend, the President and First Lady paying tribute to 6 of the fallen, attending a dignified transfer at Dover Air Force Base for the Army reservists killed in Kuwait. It comes as the President is weighing whether to send ground troops into Iran.
Possibly for very good reason, have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
3 current and former officials with knowledge of the conversations tell NBC News Mr. Trump has discussed the idea of sending a small contingent of service members. When asked about using troops to potentially seize Iran's nuclear fuel,
we haven't gone after it, but something we could do later on.
His defense secretary saying the U.S. will go, quote, as far as we need to in order to be successful. And on American deaths, saying this.
Things like this don't happen without casualties. There will be more casualties. And no one is, especially our generation, knows what it's like to see Americans come home in caskets. But that doesn't weaken us one bit. It stiffens our spine and our resolve.
Democrats accusing the administration of having an incoherent approach on Iran.
The big question is, why did we get into this war? What are our strategic objectives? Because they shift every day, and what is the plan to get out of this conflict?
While Republicans are largely cheering on the commander-in-chief.
You just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks meaning what?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people.
The ongoing conflict proving unpopular with Americans, and many worried about those higher prices at the pump. The cost of oil jumping above $100 per barrel for the first time in 4 years.
We figured oil prices would go up, which they will. They'll also come down. They'll come down very fast.
And again, that was Garrett Haake reporting. We now want to turn to your weather forecast, but we want to take a look again at the broad picture as we could be faced with some stronger storms later on this week. Now, severe storms have already wreaked havoc across the Midwest this past weekend, with tornadoes touching down in Michigan. NBC's George Solis has more.
Torrential and blinding rain pounding parts of Texas. In Rio Grande City, this gas station roof collapsing onto a car as lightning lit up the sky.
We're getting flooded in the parking lot.
The deluge flooding streets, making travel treacherous across the Gulf Coast in cities like Baton Rouge.
Oh my God. It is lifting houses.
The turbulent weather unfolding as communities in Michigan and Oklahoma began cleaning up after more than a dozen confirmed tornadoes.
It's like everything you work so hard for. Gone.
At least 8 people were killed in the storms.
Oh, I hope everyone's okay over there.
In Union City, Michigan, a powerful EF3 twister tearing through the town, the earliest tornado on record for the state and the deadliest in 45 years.
Tornado on the ground right now.
In Oklahoma, residents scrambling for shelter as storms swept through the area.
And I was looking out and you could see the flashes of light from town when it lost power, and you could see the vortex, and I yelled at my families, we got to get in the cellar.
And the threat isn't over. Millions remain in the path of more dangerous storms this week, many of them still cleaning up as they brace for the next round.
And again, that was George Solis reporting. Let's check in on our forecast right now. Everything calm currently in eastern North Carolina, but we are looking at changes as we make our way through the next few days. We won't really feel the big change until we get to around Thursday. Right now, air temperatures feeling like 80 degrees in New Bern, even though air temperatures showing up at around 78 degrees. Reason why? Higher humidity. 2 points already in the low 60s. It's elevated for this time of year, but we are inching our way closer and closer to spring, and the humidity is going to reflect that just as well as the temperatures will. Right now, our temps in the upper 70s, few of us even into the low 80s. Right now, we've got 81 degrees in Kinston, along with Stumpy Point and, well, Swan Quarters coming in at 80 degrees, but still very warm. Very warm considering we are still in March. Now, later on this evening, we will see those air temperatures come back down again, looking at the mid 70s by 6, upper 60s by 8, mid 60s between 10 and 11 p.m. And that will take us into the mid to upper 50s by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. Now, with those mid 50s, it could come with some visibility concerns. Fog could be present early on tomorrow morning as humidity will be high and winds will be light. Once we get to, I would say, 10 to 11 a.m., we're going to be seeing a lot of that cloud cover burn off, and that's going to leave us with mostly sunny skies for tomorrow afternoon, just in time for the baseball game, as ECU is going to be taking on Old Dominion at Clark LeClaire. First pitch goes out at 4 p.m. Southwesterly wind at 9 miles an hour will accompany that first pitch, along with 80-degree air temperatures under mostly sunny skies. So if you're a Pirate fan, I would certainly bring the sunscreen, not just for tomorrow's game. You're going to need it again on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when the Pirates take on the University of Pennsylvania. Northwesterly wind on Saturday will turn southeasterly on Sunday, prompting a little more warmth. Let's take you through what we're going to be seeing over the next several days. That area of low pressure you're seeing back towards the west, that's going to continue to lift northward. It's the one that comes behind that one that will give us a little bit more of an active weather pattern. You can again see that frontal system stretching from Missouri, extending all the way down into Texas. That will result in an opportunity for severe storms across Pennsylvania, Ohio, Northern Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, and even East Texas. That will be the severe weather threat coming up on Wednesday. We are expecting to feel that system move into the east by the time we reach Thursday. So let's take you again through what models are showing. Timing will be key to that severe weather potential. If we get afternoon to evening storms, that's when we could potentially see a better likelihood of strong to severe storms moving over the area. Right now, models are giving us a more subdued look at the potential rain showers, which is fantastic news, but timing again is still slightly concerning as that front, a strong front, will be moving in during kind of the hottest time of the day. Could result in some strong wind gusts out of any thunderstorms that do form. We'll see a 40% chance of rain coming in tomorrow afternoon. For those of you watching closer to the Crystal Coast, pretty much from New Bern to Kinston southward, that's where that rain chance will really be more pronounced. Then Wednesday, 87 degrees. Very warm, closing in on 90 by Wednesday. Won't get there, but certainly some areas will get close. And then note what's going to happen as we head through Wednesday and then into Thursday. Air temperatures drop by about 15 degrees. And on Friday, we drop an additional 10 degrees. So from Wednesday to Friday, we will lose about 25 degrees of heat. And that, again, comes with the opportunity for severe storms at times on Thursday afternoon to Thursday evening. Then we get into next week, Monday and Tuesday, another frontal system moving through. Still way too early to determine whether or not we'll see severe storms out of that system, but air temperatures coming down by about nearly 25 degrees over just a 12-hour period. That, again, is a mark of a very strong front that could result in some strong to possibly severe storms. That's all we have time for today's 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7:10 a.m. with Jim and Gigi.